on Nova 100.
It's a sad day.
Let's do it as a celebration. There is someone hanging up the boots, or dare I say, the whistle in the world of AFL, and they join us this morning.
Introducing our next guest, the AFL's most well-known and beloved umpire. He has officiated 385 games, including 3 grand finals.
Razor Ray! Oh, he's a star, isn't he?
They're the rules, mate. I didn't write the book. I've just read it, all right?
Now, sadly, he has announced his retirement from footy umpiring and is hanging up the whistle. Please welcome to the studio, Razor Ray Chamberlain.
Razor Ray, good morning.
Hi team, how are we?
Well, you've broken our little hearts. Now, I know this is a celebration of your career, but you walked in and Jay said, mate, what are you doing? You're the only umpire we know. And it's true. You are the only umpire anyone knows.
But I'm in the right place this morning because I heard that you're paying people's bills, which is timely for me because I need to investigate that a little further.
Register via the Nova Player app, Razor, and join the queue.
Hey, congrats. You're hanging up the whistle. How many years has it been?
Just 20. I grabbed a pizza and I came home and I filled my face with that, and my daughter looks at me in disgust, and she's nearly 15, and she said to me, Dad, I've only known you with football.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was a really interesting lens for it to be sort of rammed home.
Because the umpires, you guys cop it, right? Like I saw the other day, I was at the footy.
Who?
And as the umpires walked off at halftime, there were people screaming and booing and yelling. And
The all-time favourite sledge at Chamberlain. What was it?
Yeah, the dingo took the wrong Chamberlain. There's no doubt. This guy said there is no doubt.
The dingo took the wrong Chamberlain.
So
you guys cop it, but 20 years of that, have you just had enough?
No, I love the game. I love the passion, right? So that this will make people upchuck their breakfast. We actually share something in common, everyone, like all the masses out there, along with the umpires. We passionately love the game and invested in the game. I've got no drama with that. Save your death threats. I don't need any more of those. Thanks.
Nah. That's not in the spirit of the game.
But the genuine love of the game and that it actually makes it. You remember in COVID and we couldn't go to the game?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
It was the worst.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. We're lucky we're able to do our thing, but just not having humans there and that energy within the stadium.
You didn't like the cardboard cutouts people were buying and printing?
Funnily enough, no, didn't vibe to that.
People had to tweet abuse to you instead of actually screaming it over the fence of the MCG.
Amongst the players, you got a good name, mate. Like I know we've spoken to Petrarca before about you, and you know he'll always say you guys have a good chat out there together. Coxie talks you up as well. I know on a serious note, it is extremely hard sometimes for football players because that has been their world. And when they hang up the boots, there's that lack of like, Jesus, what am I doing with my life
next?
now? Is it a similar feeling with umpires when you've done it for as long as you have?
That's a really fair question. My brother-in-law played in the NRL for 20 years, and we work together now. And so for me, I've seen that happen even in umpiring. It's somebody's identity. And
it's a sad part of what they've done.
Yeah. For me, I've always looked at, I love umpiring and I love footy, but it's something I do. It's not actually who I am. And, you know, we've got a business just down the road here, finance business. My brothers and I, we have a foundation where we raise money and distribute that for charities. And I have my family and I've got other things I want to do. Like, you know, you sort of go through life. I lived in Hotham Street in St Kilda East, and every day for nearly 10 years, twice a day, I'd drive past Ripon Lee, and I didn't even know it existed until I got married.
Yeah,
and we got married there. And so you just, things go by you in life.
Yeah.
You don't even know
It's just the one area I think it still needs a lot of work in football. It's these young guys that just lose their whole identity to it.
The AFL are quite good now with like making sure players are educated and they've got a plan after footy and
like
all
some
that.
of them are 35 and they're like, bloody hell, I don't know how to do my washing.
But you know the thing about it is because you come through from a kid, you play, you love it, and you don't actually do a lot else. I remember David Parkin, he's just a wonderful human being, and he when he was coaching in the AFL, he would demand of his players that they had to study or work part-time.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, his daughter was my school teacher.
Yeah.
So they were about education.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so I've always had other stuff in my life, and I think it's important.
So you've been out there for 20 years. You've seen it all. Who's the worst player you've ever umpired? Who's the naughtiest?
Okay, good.
Naughtiest.
As in like cranky pants, or
yeah,
as in
yeah.
like,
Who gave it to you the most as a player?
No, Peerless. It's daylight second. And I do want to preface it by saying I've never had a conversation with this human outside of the context of footy.
Yeah, that's fine.
It could be the nicest person.
No,
in the
this
world.
is all white line fever stuff.
Oh, good. Peter Bell.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't surprise me.
Who did he play for? Who's he play for?
Freo.
Yeah, so he played at North Melbourne. He was a premiership player. He was the president of the Players Association before Paddy Dangerfield and whatever.
Yep.
He went to Freo, didn't he?
And he captained Fremantle, and now he owns half of Western Australia.
Yeah,
so he's
right.
a complete loser, obviously. Like
Yeah,
he's won life, right? But I tell you what, mate, he'd chase you around for 2 hours and just give it to you.
And who's the biggest goody two shoes? There's always a teacher's pet. Who's the one that sucked up to you the most and you thought, I know you're trying to get Brownlow votes here?
Yeah, no, there's...
Is that Christian Petrarca?
No,
I think he even said to us that he asked you for a Brownlow vote.
Track's he's evolved. So when he come in, he was this young guy, he was a big, angry sort of and it looked like he had a bit of a chip on his shoulder. But you just knew he was going to be, like everyone had said, oh, wait for this bloke, we knew of him before he got there. And you could tell he was a winner. But to his credit, because he get a bit barky,
doesn't he?
But now but he grabs himself now before he goes.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He's unreal.
He's
he did. No, that's what he said. He goes, I always offer Razor a bit of my water with the water bottle.
I think he feels sorry for me. He thinks I'm going to drop dead.
No, I think he just wants the Brownlow vote.
And finally, what about the fans? What team gives it to you the most in terms of the cheer squad and the fans?
It's evolved. When I started, the hardest place to go was over in Perth.
Yeah.
They actually made like where you walk out onto the ground. They made this like tunnel because they used to. And the lot.
Jesus.
Right? And but
Adelaide though, they're shocking too, aren't they?
yeah, they ebb and flow. But I do find here in Melbourne over the last few years, the Bombers fans mean it.
Oh,
they
do
mean
they?
it. Yeah, no, it's not just giggles.
Just
they mean
quickly,
it.
we got Shane Crawford coming in after 8:30 this morning. Crawf, what's your run-ins with him been like?
So Crawf's hilarious. So for starters, when he was killing it and I was coming up, everyone wanted to be Shane Crawford.
Didn't they?
The saddest thing about Shane, I'm not sure whether you know this, but for the 10 years there where Shane didn't own a shirt with sleeves, so I don't know.
Yeah. Shane rated himself off.
Gotcha.
He was a man for all seasons.
Sorry, that's changed?
Yeah, he's old now. He puts his dad arms away.
But they are very kind man and very supportive. So no, I'm a Shane Crawford fan.
Well, you must have been because he won a Brownlow and the umpires vote for that. Do you think that'll stay that way? That the umpires will continue to vote for the Brownlow? Because
yes, forevermore. Otherwise, it's not the Brownlow. It's just another award.
And do you think footy's going to become one of those sports like tennis where there's no more refs and it's all AI and videos and?
No. It's the one sport that it won't happen to on the field. Maybe around the edges and whatever, but because of our laws,
they need you.
It's all interpretive dance, which sends everyone bonkers.
Hey, we're on the air with Razor Ray this morning. He is hanging up the whistle. Before we let you go, look, a lot of kids out there have their favourite player, and it's their hero. There is one kid who absolutely looks up to you on the footy field, and we've got him in the building this morning. He doesn't know you're here, and we want to get your help next to pull off a bit of a surprise.
Done.
Razor Ray joining us on the air this morning. He is hanging up the whistle. Dare I say, one of the most well-known umpires of our fine game.
You've got more personality than most of them, I would say. I don't mean that in a mean way to the others. I'm sure they're all great.
It's harm minimisation from the others.
You're our favourite.
Oh, thank you.
Who are we going to talk about when you're not there, Razor? Although David Roden's he's quite animated.
We do like the D-Roddy, and he's a serious dancer.
Isn't he?
Which is I think it's a great quality for
David Roden used to play for Richmond. He used to always do the AFL player review dancing thing, and now he's a goal umpire, and he's so animated.
One Dancing with the Stars. I go, challenge yourself. Go on SAS. Too scared.
Gotcha.
Too scared, D-Rod.
I wouldn't go on SAS. I don't need that Ant Middleton yelling in my face. Thank you very much.
Do you, gold watch when you retire, do you get lifetime tickets to the G?
300 games. The AFL Life membership gets you that.
Right.
So that's probably... they asked me, do you want to get to 400 games?
How many are you at?
380 something.
Oh.
And I said, no, 400 doesn't matter. I go 300's the one. That gets you the tickets for life.
If they give you a Rolex at 400, you'll play till 400.
No, my brother's got a Rolex, so I can't get that. He rubs that in my face every day.
So do you have a team? Are you allowed to barrack for a team? No.
No, we have to hate them all the same, Lauren. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and Canberra Raiders, up the milk.
Do you think when you hang up the whistle, you'll get a team?
I'd love to go full nuffy.
I could see you in the cheer squad.
I'd love to be able to get just
maybe
go
at the Bombers. They're the team you said hated you the most. Maybe you could hang up the whistle and go and join the cheer squad.
I just said they meant it the most.
With all due respect, Razor, I take you as a face painter. Like, I can see him as a full nuffy in the crowd. Hey, we got a phone call from a lovely lady named Beck a couple of weeks ago. She called us about her son, Mason. Take a listen.
So my youngest son is obsessed with being an AFL umpire.
Oh.
So we bought him the whole get-up.
How
So
cute.
he's got, like, the top, the shorts, everything,
Love
and
it.
the whistle.
Oh,
And
no.
the whistle.
Oh, the whistle.
the whistle.
Which was so adorable because he knows all the hand signals and everything, but it is a nightmare.
Yeah.
He wants to be playing umpire outside all the time. We get messages from the neighbours.
How old is he, Beck?
He's 10.
We should
he
get
has
him in to meet
autism and
Razor
he
Ray.
has-
Oh,
Does
yeah,
he know
would you like
Razor
to meet
Ray?
Razor Ray?
The umpire? Footy umpire?
Oh, my God, he would lose it.
Well, joining us in the studio this morning, bring him in. He's such a nice kid. He'll be extremely shy, but he is decked out in his umpire gear. Mace, get in here.
10-year-old Mason.
gang.
It's Razor Ray.
Hi, Mason. How are you? Are you good?
And he's brought in treats.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Talk into the mic. What did you say, Mason?
They're tired.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
retired.
Because he's old.
I have, mate. I've got to rest. now.
Hey,
And Mason, when you grow up, what do you want to be?
Umpire.
An umpire.
We need lots of umpires, Mason, so I think we'll be able to find you a place, mate.
Mason, how old are you?
I'm 10.
10. You're about the same height as Razor Ray, so you could get a job
Yeah.
probably this week.
hey,
I'll give him my kit.
Mason,
I reckon his uniform would fit you.
what team do you support, mate?
I go Sydney.
Sydney.
Okay, can't win them all.
Hey, Beck. Hey, Beck, your little boy desperately wants to be an umpire when he grows up. Yes. How excited is he when he puts on his umpire uniform and blows into that whistle?
So excited. He sleeps in it.
Oh.
He wears it all the time. When it's any occasion at school, like book week, all that, he wears it all the time. I am constantly washing it. So I don't know if it's sponsored by some kind of laundry detergent, but yeah.
Look, I want to get Mason this morning to meet one of his heroes, but I also wanted to point out to Razor that it's not just the players out there that have kids looking up to them, mate. Little people like Mason have looked up to you over the past 20 years of doing this job, and you make an impact on people.
Thanks so much, Jace. I really appreciate Lauren. That's very kind. And Mason, thanks so much for coming in to say hello, mate. It's made my day.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Hey, Mason, do you know all the what do the umpires do? Do they? What do you do when you get a goal?
Yeah, show us all the
You
gestures,
got-
all the
It's
signs.
touched.
Oh, that's touched. Yep, tapping his hand.
All of you.
Yep, score review. Yep.
You know what's sad, guys? He knows so much more than me.
Yes.
And he is a quarter of my age. Well, look, I'll tell you what. Well, let's get some photos off the air. But, Mace, thanks for coming in. Razor,
Okay.
thanks for your service. Lauren and I are going to make you a banner for your last game.
Yes.
Looking forward to it,
Mason,
guys.
do you want to come and help us make a banner for Razor Ray for his last game that he can run through?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
God,
You can be part of the Razor Ray cheer squad too.
That would have been bloody awkward if he said he's busy. It is just gone 8:09. This is Nova.
Gonna be a good day. Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
On Nova 100.
Jason Lauren.
Follow them on socials. Nova.